Listen to the brand new season of the Voice of Survival podcast every other Friday right here on the Journey into Comics Network at journeyintocomics.com.
The following is a Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
It's a Journey into Comics.
It's a Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Network.
Production.
We're gonna fuck the sodomites in the dick!
Warning, Podcastrophe imminent. This is Podcastrophe with Dick and Tyler. And Matt coming at you with a fistful of heritage on a podcast where anything goes and there are no safe spaces. This is Podcastrophe.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to your regular scheduled tuning of Podcastrophe. Or is it broadcasting? I don't know. Did I say that right?
Welcome to your regularly scheduled broadcast of Podcastrophe.
Yeah, last week we did something different. Last week we debuted our Game of Thrones mini-series, Game of King Chair, as our main episode for the week. That way the Journey into Comics Network feed could, get a taste of that and, maybe head on over to Podcastrophe and subscribe so they can get every episode of that every week until Game of Thrones is over, sadly. So if you're on the Journey into Comics Network feed, please head on over to Podcastrophe, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, or Podbean. Did I just say Podbean?
Not that I remember.
Ah, cool. It's been a long day. I'm tired. But yeah, if you're over on Journey into Comics, head on over to Podcastrophe, subscribe to us, and you will get the exclusive content, Game of King Chairs, hosted by myself and Mr. Nick Maxon of Brews with Dudes and Dungeons with Dudes, Doom Room, Weed Bee, all of that. So this is episode...
It's episode 86.
86.
Yeah?
Tyler's not here. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I miss Tyler. I texted him the other day. I said, I miss you, BB. He just sent a heart.
I can't text Tyler. I don't have his number. But he's in my heart always, forever.
I know he listens to the show, so.
I kind of have a Trisha Yearwood-like relationship with Mr. Tyler. And it's in the Con Air way, like the How Do I Live Without You?
Yeah.
He completes me. So, yeah, let's get started.
Let's talk about this. We're gonna really buzz into some stuff today because I'd like to be done by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, how have you been, Matt?
I've been good. Today I downloaded Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Yeah?
And I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For most of the day, and it's been pretty cool. I dig it. I got a lot of the old school cards right now. I don't have any of the new ones. And I'm facing the really easy duelists, so I just stomp them in like 4 turns.
Yeah. Do you remember the PlayStation 1 game? Like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game? Where
No, I had a Game Boy Color version of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game.
The PlayStation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't even remember exactly what it was called, but like the way you played the game was like not how you played it. It's not how they played it in the anime. It's not how you played the real card game. Weird.
Don't ever look at the anime for inspiration to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. They break every rule.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
you can't. They make no sacrifices to get that Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field.
Yeah, in the whole Pegasus tournament.
That requires two.
Yeah, that requires two
tributes.
Unless you have a certain card, but whatever. Anyway, but what we're talking about?
What? Yu-Gi-Oh! Breaking the rules.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Yugi fucking breaks the rules all the time. So like,
he's got the heart of the cards.
No, that's bullshit. That's fucking faking. Like, you remember the guy who was like the fisherman?
Yeah.
So you remember how at one point like Yugi summons the Great Stone dude, like iron giant guy who's just made of rock, and like he's about to lose, and all the fucking ocean monsters are around the stone dude about to attack him, and then Yugi's like, "No, I'll attack the moon," and then like dries up the moon, which you can't attack a spell card like on the field. Well, you can't attack a field spell card.
Yeah, that's weird.
So he attacks the moon, which dries up all the water, so all the fish creatures lose a shit ton of attack for some reason.
Yeah, I think it was like a title thing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, other characters help him cheat. Like, it's bad news bears. So don't ever look at the anime.
I like the anime, though.
I love the anime.
But in terms of, like, the actual card game.
How fucking cool in the anime was Toon World. And then once you got the cards, you're like, these fucking things are useless.
Yeah. I remember I was so stoked to get, like, all the Toon cards.
When I got my Toon Summon Skull, that was the first one I got. I was all about it. I was like, dude, Toon Summon Skull? Are you kidding me? He's a fucking legend. And then
he's a fucking legend, bro.
Yeah, he's a fucking legend, man. And then I read the effect, and it's useless. It's just a Summon Skull that's cuter.
Yeah, same with the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon.
Blue Eyes Toon Dragon is basically a copycat of Baby Dragon. Just they made it Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
Like, they legit, like, almost copy and pasted the sprite on the picture.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but...
But, yeah, I downloaded that today. That's been pretty sweet. I'm rocking the Yami Yugi deck of the Dark Magician. I didn't go with Kaiba. I regret that decision immediately.
Yeah,
Kaiba's so much cooler.
So much cooler.
And Dragon and Warrior decks are so much cooler than Spellcasters.
Too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, you never really get any character development with Yugi, from what I remember, but Kaiba, you actually...
That's because Yugi's the righteous, like, I always do what's right.
Yeah, he's the Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
But Kaiba, you actually get you get actual character arcs with him. Like, I mean, despite the fact that he's, like, an asshole, like, nonstop, he's an asshole for a reason.
True that. He's rich also, so, I mean, that gives him right to be an asshole, right? Isn't that how it works?
That's exactly how that works.
This is America.
Capitalism.
Yeah, so I downloaded that. I have finally recently started watching Game of Thrones.
That's great. Just in time.
Yeah, me and Kristen bought the first 4 seasons on DVD, and on the DVD, and I just finished episode 4 last night with her. I'm not really confused, but I'm just trying to keep up with what's going down.
There's a lot. Like, once you get through that first episode or 2, there is a lot going on and a lot to. It's a lot to follow.
Well, you're just trying to follow, like, all right, these people are now king and queens of this land, and they have rightful, like, claim to the Iron Throne, supposedly. I'm talking about the dragon people,
Daenerys and Viserys.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, so she married Jason Momoa. She married Aquaman, so she's now queen of Atlantis. And like the
Never
Lannisters,
thought of that.
So it's like the Lannisters and the Starks, like, you know, they seem to be the 2 main families right now. You're like, the Lannisters are the bad guys, and then you're like, but are all of them bad? I don't know. We're trying to figure it out.
See, the hardest thing I had, the biggest problem I had with the first season, maybe even first 2 seasons, was just trying to remember all their names. Because 1, they're not very easy to say or remember. 2, there's a bunch of them.
See, I don't even care what their names are.
You just get to die anyways.
Like, see, I only care about, like, the main characters. Like, Jon Snow, which his name's stupid easy, so I remember that.
Cake.
Ned Stark,
another easy one.
But, like, I do not know Dragon Queen lady's name.
Daenerys.
I need to know that.
Dany.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So I need to remember hers. And then I don't give a shit about any of the Lannister kids.
She gets a lot of names.
The Lannister lady?
No, Daenerys. She gets a lot of names.
True.
A lot of titles.
Like, I don't really care about Jason Momoa's character.
Yeah.
I don't care about fucking Danny's brother.
Oh, yeah, he's a cunt.
Yeah. And then I don't really give a shit about... Like I said, I don't care about any of the Lannisters, except for the fact that I know they're a Lannister. Like, the brother is Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Because he looks like Prince Charming off Shrek.
Yeah, that's hilarious because I was watching Shrek 2 with the kids the other day, and I think Miranda came home in the middle of it or something, and she's like, he reminds me of Jamie.
But like King Robert, like I know King Robert, but I also know him as the fat guy off The Knight's Tale.
Yeah, and Still Standing. He's
Yeah,
the dad and Still Standing. Mark Addy.
So I'm just like, because I was looking, I'm like, oh, who would know this dude? And then I just know the Hound. Because he's got a fucked up face.
Yeah, he was in Hot Fuzz.
Was he really?
Yeah. I think he was the Yarp guy. I've never seen Hot Fuzz, so.
I like Hot Fuzz. I like all those movies.
Yeah.
You've never seen Bad Boys 2. It's like one of the
Never
big,
seen that.
It's
I've
like one of
never
the
seen
main
Hot
parts.
Fuzz.
He's like, you've never seen Bad Boys 2. And he's like, I haven't even seen the first one. He's like, no need to.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen Bad Boys 2, but not one.
I mean, they don't need to.
But yeah, you'll like the Hound.
That's been my life. I've had a fucked up sinus stuff for about a week and a half now.
Yeah. It's changing in the seasons, man.
Well, that, and I also have a fucking wisdom tooth stuck in my sinus tract.
Oh.
And they're like, until you get it removed, you're basically going to have sinus problems.
Oh.
I've had, like, sinus issues, no shitting you, since, like, senior year of high school.
No shit.
That's when they started, and they've just been progressively getting worse and worse and worse. And now it's to a point where I'm like, all right, well, we got to get this shit taken out soon. So, save up some money, and then get them ripped out of my face. And
Good call. Good call.
Be incoherent for about a week. And then, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, like, it was nothing. Like, I was out for, like, 8 hours. Woke up, decided to watch Batman Begins. And, yeah. I think I only took the pain pills they gave me, like, once and did nothing. So, I mean, to be fair, I wasn't in any real pain, so, like, I didn't need to take it. I just decided to take it because they gave it to me. So I'm like, okay, and did nothing, so I just didn't take it anymore.
I'm going to take the shit out of them.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you at this point, depending on how they take them out.
Well, I heard that, like, more likely 3 of them they're going to have to, like, surgically take out. Like,
yeah.
They're going to cut me down and rip them out. One, they can not, it won't be as in there, in my grill, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, until I get those taken out, my sinuses will always be messed up.
That's crazy.
Which fucks with my singing voice, and damn it, I'm a fantastic singer.
That's just crazy that affects your sinuses.
I know.
I mean, I have a friend that he just went through, I think, sinus surgery, and he had like a ton of, I think it had to do with he had like a deviated septum, and it was actually eating away at his like cheekbones and all that.
Yeah, dude.
And it was causing an immense amount of pressure on his head. So like he was like losing time. Like he would lose out on like 15-20 seconds of time. Like just that he can't remember. And shit like that. And they said it was causing him to be delusional, possibly. Yeah, it was crazy.
I might have a deviated septum just because I snore so ridiculously loud.
That's what I'm starting to wonder about myself too.
So,
and I feel so bad because Miranda, like, she has a hard enough time sleeping, and then so like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and she's just gone because she's on the couch.
That's what Kristen is. Kristen's gone in the middle of the night, and I'm just like, no.
I know. I feel so bad. I feel so terrible.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing going on. I'm boring. I'm going to see Endgame this Friday. I'm pretty fucking stoked
I'm
for
going
that.
too.
We're going to Noblesville.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we're going to Noblesville.
We're going right here. We're going to go to Lafayette 7. We didn't even try to get anything at Eastside 10.
Lafayette 7's open again?
Yeah. It's been open about a month now.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I was like, I knew it got closed for a little bit.
Yeah, we got the, I think, 8 o'clock. And
ours is 9:40. Yeah.
Yeah,
In Noblesville, too.
We got 8 o'clock.
This is a fucking 3-hour movie plus an hour drive. I know.
I'm pretty stoked.
I am fucking excited. You know me. I love long movies.
Yeah. And like I I can say the same about Star Wars Rise of Skywalker and the same about Game of Thrones. I have a hard time wanting to speculate how it all ends. Because I don't want to... I don't know what I want. I don't know who I want to die. Obviously, I don't want anybody to die, but I know it's going to happen. I know somebody's going to die. I don't know how I want it to end for any of that. Game of Thrones, I don't know. I know we're going to lose a ton of characters. I know a lot, because at this point, we pretty much only have people we care about.
I've already decided who I want. I want Jon Snow.
Yeah?
Yeah. He seems the coolest. He seems like the most genuine character on the show.
He actually is. Throughout the entire series, he is, like, I mean, this is no spoiler or anything, but it's just, he's just a genuinely good dude.
Yeah, so he's the guy I want. He's the guy I want to be king, because he's going to remind me the most of Aragorn.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's who I want. And if it doesn't happen, I'll cry significantly. I'll cry a huge amount. Talking like whale tears here. Big ones.
See, you've had the unfortunate circumstance of not being a fan for the longest time and having to see all the memes that just spoil everything.
That's just it. They don't really spoil things. Because, for one, I have a really shitty memory. And then, two, like, normally I don't even pay attention to Game of Thrones memes because I'm just like, oh, it's going to be about the show. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. That's very, very true.
But also, I will say this, like, it's not going to stop me from enjoying the show because I knew what happened with Breaking Bad.
Yeah, true.
Like, I knew everything that happened with Breaking Bad, but I was still just so intrigued on how it all happened, and I was obsessed with that show. Mm-hmm. I still think it's the greatest TV show ever.
With Game of Thrones, I started right when Season 4 ended, where I think there was like one episode left. So I went through the first 3 seasons in, I think, 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, because it also happened to be, like, I was on my summer shutdown, too, so
yeah.
I didn't have a lot to do. And, I had seen a ton of stuff, like all the winter is coming and all that shit, all those memes.
Kristen makes fun of them when they say that. They're like, winter is coming. And I'm like, well, it's because they last like fucking decades, Kristen. That's probably why.
It's kind of a big deal. Like, their seasons are weird.
It sounds like when winter comes, winter fucking comes. Like, you know how we bitch when it's like 3 months and it's cold? Or it's even one day and it's that really cold Arctic temperature? That shit sounds like it goes there all the time.
Yeah, I think they say that they're like in the middle of like the longest summer on record.
Well, you look at Bran? Yeah. Whatever. In the beginning of the show, he's 10.
Short for Brandon.
Oh, whatever.
But it's Bran, yeah, they always call him Bran.
He's 10 years old. He was born in the summer. He's never seen a winter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
like, it's fucking pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's really crazy seeing them all grow up too, because like Bran was 10, Arya was 11, Sophie, I don't even know how. I think she was like supposed to be like 13 or 14.
Yeah, she's 13 in the show.
Yeah.
When I look at Sophie Turner now, all I just see is a really bad Jean Grey.
I'm not going to get into that argument, but
you liked Apocalypse?
I'm not going to say okay. I liked the movie. I'm not going to say it's like the best.
Like that was terrible.
I mean, it's no X-Men Origins Wolverine. I'm fucking with you, bro.
Like I said, just it's no Days of Futures Past.
No, absolutely not.
It's not even First Class.
No, absolutely not. However, I like Sophie Turner as Jean Grey. Not quite so keen on Cyclops.
I didn't dig any of the young X-Men, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, just Jean Grey. That's the only one I really liked.
We'll see
Michael
how
Fassbender, amazing Magneto.
James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are great.
Yeah,
in their roles. Guy who plays Beast, really good.
Yes.
Also, I hate Jennifer Lawrence. Like,
yeah, it's weird. I mean, I like Jennifer Lawrence. So, but her in the Mystique role has been kind of weird.
Her in the Mystique role just annoys me.
Yeah. It's not the Mystique I know and like. So
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go see Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if it's any good. I hope it's good.
I think she's gonna die in this movie. I think Mystique's gonna fucking die.
I'm pretty sure they already gave it away in the trailer.
I think so too. That's why I think she's gonna die.
Well, she's been not wanting to do the role for a while.
Yeah.
Like, basically since after Days of Future Past.
Why not go out on the last movie?
Yeah.
So.
Do you think they're going to continue these X-Men with the
I don't
Marvel
know.
universe, or are they going to kind of do their own?
I think we're gonna get a hard reset.
I do too. Because that's what they have to do with fucking Fantastic Four.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the hard reset we already got was just terrible. Not a bad movie if they would have gone that whole movie and named it something different, like superheroes
for people with superpowers.
Yeah, they could have named it that and not had any of the names attached to it, and I would have been okay with that movie. However, they called it Fantastic Four.
I mean, we've had this conversation many times, and I won't take it up too much, but like, you know, Doctor Doom is such a prevalent villain in Marvel that he has to come into the Marvel MCU at one point, and I think he's got to be your next kind of Thanos.
Yeah.
Or a version of that Thanos.
What did you think of the guy who played Doom in the Chris Evans Fantastic Four?
Oh, the dude from Nip Tuck?
Yeah. How'd you think he did? I'm not too familiar with those movies, so...
I mean, I like those Fantastic Four movies. Like,
Yeah.
I liked Rise of the Silver Surfer and stuff.
I fell asleep watching that one.
The only problem is, you know, they made Galactus into a giant space cloud instead of like
Really?
this like big cosmic entity power.
I didn't know Galactus was in that movie.
Because he's a cloud.
Oh.
That's like...
Because, like I said, I
Because
fell
the Silver
asleep.
Surfer is his emissary, essentially.
Yeah, I knew that.
And, like... So, but I mean, I enjoyed those movies. I think the guy that played Doom was good because you know he seemed like a good match for, you know, the Fantastic Four. You know, those movies were not very well directed.
No,
you know, like if you compared them to kind of superhero movies now, those movies don't stand up.
No, not at all. I mean, they barely stand up to 2000 Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. And but for the like, he didn't do any worse than any of the other actors.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you use any of that stuff as kind of like a inspiration for the new ones. They'll do a good job with them. I know they will.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really worry about the people at Disney. Like,
no, the only weird thing we have is, like, we know they're, like you said, we know they're going to do a good job with the characters themselves and the subsequent franchises that they spawn. However, it's just, at this point in the game, how do we introduce them? Like, especially the X-Men. How do we introduce mutants? Like, they haven't been around at all in the previous 18 years. Or 18, 22, however many fucking movies. Yet, in order to be mutants, they have to have been there the whole time.
I think the way you have to do it is you have to kind of go with the DC comic route with multiple universes. And that might work. Otherwise, like with as far as like the X-Men are concerned, and then like the Fantastic Four, you know, you have it to where they get their power. You have the Fantastic Four easily get their powers after all this shit.
Yeah, I mean Fantastic
X-Men,
Four is barred out of there.
X-Men, you have to have Charles and Magneto kind of be to the side for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And say they've been just trying to protect their people. You know, Magneto with the Brotherhood and Charles for the students. He's just trying to protect the kids.
See, we have...
I mean, an easy way to introduce Xavier's school is a post-credit scene and Tony Stark going and walking up to Charles Xavier.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all you have to do to introduce
if Tony
it.
survives.
I think Tony survives as an AI.
Yeah, that's what a lot of us have been saying.
I think Tony survives. I think Chris Evans is dead.
I don't want him to be. I think you said it best. I want him to retire.
It'd be nice, but I think Chris Evans picks up the gauntlet. The gauntlet's too powerful, but yet he's Captain fucking America.
Yeah.
And he doesn't give up. And I think what happens is he breaks the gauntlet and the stones, because that's what he does in one of the comic books.
That'd be neat.
And like that's kind of how they reset reality and everything. The stones are gone at that point, and then Thanos is getting his ass beat by Hulk, because Hulk is back now.
There's been a running theory on a possible post-credits scene. Okay, so check this out. Let's set the scene here. We have the battlefield. The Endgame battlefield.
Are you talking about the Deadpool one?
Yes, and you just hear him running. You hear footsteps and like labored breaths because he's hauling ass. He's like, I'm here, I made it. All right, let's do this. Where the fuck is everybody? It's like the one F-bomb of the movie in Disney.
But you heard the interview with Ryan Reynolds asking about Infinity War, right?
No, I don't know.
He, I think it's when he's doing the fucking Deadpool 2 rounds, and they ask him about Infinity War, and they don't know, nobody knows the end of it. I guess Ryan knows though, and he was like, they asked him like, well, how do you think Deadpool would have like helped the Avengers against Thanos? He's like, I don't know if it would have really helped them with their fate. And he goes, allegedly. But he goes, yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what I could have done to relieve the tension. I kind of just had to add to it. So I'm wondering though, like, with the Deadpool series and stuff, it's got 2 movies in it. They've both been pretty successful. Do they carry those over?
Disney has already said they will carry it over.
Do they bring him into the MCU then, or does he kind of stay in his own separate bubble?
He's got his own little separate bubble inside of the X-Men universe. That, like I said, it's his own little bubble inside of that, and it's like that. His bubble is so much different, but it's there.
Yeah. But no, I think it'd be just like an easy thing one day for one of their shoots or whatever is, or their post-credit scenes is you just have like one of the main Avengers walk into Charles' School for the Gifted. That's all. You literally just have to show the sign that says Charles Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, and like that's your scene. And there people will be like, "Rah!" Oh yeah, I know I would. I'd like start foaming at the mouth. What the fuck?
You will be triggered into a seizure.
Pretty much.
Self-triggered.
I've been self-triggered to seize. But
this is fucking delicious.
I have lemon water.
I have pineapple express slushy, and it is so good.
But alrighty, yeah, that's I'm excited though to go see Endgame. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with like where they go after this. I think it's confirmed that the first movie that's being released after this is Homecoming, right?
Yeah. Far From Home.
Oh yeah,
It's the first movie, but it's technically that is I guess the last movie of this phase, arc, saga, if you will.
How is that the last one?
That's just what they're saying. They say it's going to close it out.
So that could be Tony Stark's last one, then.
I don't know.
Because he's got to be in that movie, right?
No.
Bro.
Because as we said before, it takes place after Endgame.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't know how it's all going to tie in and all that.
I don't know. We'll see.
I just know that it is.
I'm excited to see it. Rise of Skywalker trailer. I don't know. Honestly.
I don't think really anybody's talked about Rise of Skywalker on the network.
I mean, what's there to talk about?
They did talk about it. Tyler and Nate talked about it on Journey into Comics last week.
Like, does that confirm that she is a Skywalker?
No. Well, what I'm thinking is in.
Are they talking about Leia?
No. So
The only other option then is Kylo.
Hold on. So I've been talking at work, and some of us seem to think that Skywalker isn't a person. Think about it. In The Last Jedi, what does Luke say? I only know one truth, and that is the Jedi must end. So there's no more Jedi. Luke was the last Jedi. So what is a Skywalker? Think about that. What if Rey or somebody starts a whole new force group, faction, whatever you want to call it, and she calls it, or whoever calls it, the Skywalkers.
It's the stupidest fucking name for a group, though.
It's a cool.
Like, what are they gonna do? Start fucking running in the air?
I don't know.
Like,
possibly.
It's dumb.
I don't know. It's just.
I mean, it's a good theory.
It's just a theory, man. I think that's what it's gonna be.
I think it's a name thing. And the only two options then, well, three: Kylo, fucking Leia, or Rey. Which I don't think Rey's a Skywalker.
I don't think she is either. There's another theory hopping around that Rey was supposed to be another incarnation of Palpatine.
I have not heard that one.
But I don't think... I think it might be reaching. I don't know. In the old expanded universe, he created a ton of clones, and he was able to transfer his essence into those clones. And just the more he did it, the more crazy he went. Eventually, he just couldn't do it anymore.
Now, see, this is where I would say... I would have to think it's Leia. Yeah. That's my number one for Rise of Skywalker. For the simple fact of Episode 7 was Han's movie, Episode 8 was Luke's,
definitely gonna be Leia's.
And this is Leia's. Is she going to give her name to Rey then? Mm. She could.
Quite possibly, yes.
Kylo would be the other option. However,
he's got Skywalker blood, but he's not a Skywalker. He's a Solo.
If you were going to flip them and turn Rey bad and Kylo good, it would have happened last movie.
Yeah, that's an interesting angle. I think Kylo's full baddie right now. He got Snoke out of the way. He's it's too late for a switch like that. You know? Nate Phillips says, #bring back Tyler. I know, we miss him too.
I'm sorry I'm boring, bro. I'll kill myself.
Oh.
But yeah, I think if you were going to flip the roles, it should have happened last movie. It'd be way too late now.
Yeah, he's full baddie. I mean, with Snoke gone, or so we think, or I'm pretty sure he's gone. I think he was just a red herring.
Which is frustrating.
It is, but I think for this arc, it'll all make sense.
And this is coming from a guy who actually really enjoyed The Last Jedi.
Me too.
I didn't see what the problem was.
The more I watched it, the less I liked it, but I did love it.
Well, everything that I heard was all about, like, oh, Luke, that's not Luke's character.
But it makes sense. It does. Like, it is Luke's character.
I was like, motherfucker, it's been 30 years.
Exactly.
People change over 30 years.
30 years is a long fucking time.
Not to mention, at that point, he was Grand Master. He was in Yoda's fucking position. All right? Mm-hmm. Like in the fucking original, or not the original, but the prequel trilogy. He's in Yoda's fucking position.
Yeah.
He had learned some shit by this point.
Yes.
And he might have learned from his reading, like learning about what happened with his father. Of like, Yoda sensed it, didn't do anything until it was too late. Mm-hmm. He was like, I'm going to fucking nip this in the bud.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed Last Jedi.
I think it is definitely interesting that Kylo is full baddie because Snoke is gone. And you would think Snoke being gone, he doesn't have that hold on Kylo anymore. But at the same time, the lure of the dark side is so strong. The lure of the dark side is the lure of power. And Like, that's how the dark side lures you in. It gives you power. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so he sees that there is a vacuum of power right there, and that's his chance to grab it. So he goes full dark side at that moment.
Yeah, dude.
And that's why he's like, join me. He does the same shit that Anakin does. He does the same shit that Anakin does and Vader does to Luke. It's like, you can join me. We'll rule the galaxy.
Nobody can stop us.
Yeah. Rey, you can join me. We can rule the galaxy together. Padme, you can join me.
Yeah.
Luke, you can join me.
My empire. I fucking love Star Wars.
Same.
I even love the prequels.
Yeah.
Except Attack of the Clones. The last part
they
of Attack
all
of the Clones.
have their moments.
The last part of Attack of the Clones is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once the fucking battles, like the battle actually starts, that's dope. Everything leading up to that is fucking snooze fest or cringy as hell.
You're completely right.
I love it. I love a Phantom Menace.
At the same, oh yeah, Phantom Menace was just.
And then Revenge of the Sith was the shit. I love Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith. Except for Ian McDermott's like super over the top acting at times. Like I think in that opening battle sequence when he's just like it's just so over the top. But I love the do it.
Do it.
That was
do it.
Great.
Yeah, you got the do it and then the
oh my god,
yeah.
I hated his over the topness in that movie.
Palpatine is not much of a swords fighter.
No, he's not.
By face. I don't know. It was I don't know. I still love Revenge of the Sith. I can't name one other bad part of that movie.
Yeah, okay, so
besides the letdown of General Grievous.
Oh yeah,
they made him so cool in that Samurai Jack Attack of the Clones.
Yeah,
like he was a fucking badass. And then
General Kenobi.
Yeah, and then once you meet him in the third movie, you realize that he's just some dude with fucking asthma. Which you find out why he has asthma.
Oh yeah,
he took a fucking rocket launcher to the chest right before that fucking scene in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's the whole how he became cybernetic and all that, like all of the shit he went through. I mean, he was I can't even remember what species he is, but he like whatever his species he was like an insane warrior.
Yeah, dude, like Mace Windu though, like right before that scene in episode 3 where you first meet him, Mace Windu fucking crushes his chest, dude.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Star Wars is the shit. But I'm excited for Rise of Skywalker. I'll see that shit opening night too.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go see Far From Home opening night.
The hype for Far From Home, it just isn't there for me. I'm obviously gonna go see it because it's.
I love Spider-Man. And I think Tom Holland is probably the best Spider-Man.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the first one. It's just like after my hype is for Endgame. Far From Home's gonna be cool, but.
I mean, once Endgame's out of the way, you're gonna be like, okay, ready for Far From Home.
Possibly, yeah.
So,
I mean, like I said, I am gonna go see it, and what I think is gonna happen is I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna be hyped for whatever comes next.
What happens if Endgame is a total failure to you?
See, I just don't think it is because it's still the Russo brothers, and it was shot at the same time as Infinity War, so it's gonna still have that same energy and vibe.
I know that, but I'm just saying, what if by the end of it, you're like, wait, that's it?
I don't know.
Because here's my thing. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think they spent fucking the past 11 years and 20 plus movies, all leading up to this movie, like Infinity War and this Endgame.
So I haven't been watching too many of the TV spots for Endgame.
I don't either. I try to avoid the trailers. But
the thing about the trailers are, they have just been all hype and not giving away anything.
Oh, I know.
And
the stuff that they might be giving away might be fake.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's a nice change.
Isn't that nice to have a movie that doesn't fucking tell you what it is before you go see it?
Yeah.
You remember when movies used to be like that?
Yeah.
Not just a fucking checklist of what you saw in the trailer. I remember.
Yeah.
You think Warner Brothers is learning?
Absolutely not. I mean, do you remember Batman v Superman? The trailer,
no, but I will say this:
the first trailer with Doomsday in it. It's like, what the fuck? Way to just show us your hand.
Why the hell would you put that in the trailer? Anyway, but they've knocked it out of the park the past couple movies, man.
Yeah,
I heard Shazam is dope.
I want to see it.
I want to go see it, but I don't have the money.
I want to see it. Miranda does not want to see it.
I hear it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I hear it's so much better than Aquaman. And Aquaman, I thought, was amazing. So did a lot of people.
Yeah, Nate Phillips, we thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
He hated it.
I just loved it because it went all in, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, listen, we know you're the corniest fucking superhero ever. So at the beginning, we're going to make you corny as fuck.
Yeah.
And it was so cheesy and cringy. But because they went so hard into it, you were like, yeah, this is funny. Because it's so cheesy. And then, like, the movie progressed to a point where it wasn't cringy anymore. You know, the stuff they were saying was funny. And then it kind of got pretty dark, like with the fucking trench. That shit was creepy. I looked at Kristen in the theater and I was like, this is literally my worst fucking fear ever. On a fucking small-ass boat in the ocean in the middle of a storm, and it's pitch fucking black. And then there's fucking devils in the water.
Yeah.
Like, that is my worst fucking fear.
See, I didn't find much of that movie to be super cringy, because it just all works within that
I'm
character.
talking at the very beginning of the movie where he attacks a submarine.
Even
and,
that.
you know, like, they do the music, doo-doo-doo-doo, and he's like, hair twirl.
Oh, yeah, it's over the top, but
That's
it fits
cheesy.
the character.
And then Black Mana's character.
Yeah.
He's the only character I have a complaint with.
Yeah.
Because, which I'm glad they're saving him. But, like, when his dad died, he was pretty, like, cringy and, like, bad acting, like, how he reacted when his dad died. And then, like, some of the lines he gave, I was just like, oh my god. Where did they get this guy? Was he the first dude they saw in the subway? And that's my only complaint. But, like, I want to go see Shazam so bad. I hear they're knocking him out of the park. I'm ready for fucking Wonder Woman 2, I think, which is later this year.
Really?
I think so.
Interesting.
Takes place in, I think, the 80s?
Yes.
So, I'm excited for Wonder Woman 2. Apparently, Chris Pine's back.
Yes.
Which I'm curious on how they're going to do that.
Me too. I mean, he kind of exploded.
True. Unless he ejecto-cito, cuz. And now he's
didn't,
Bucky.
He didn't. I was going to say, he didn't pull a Captain America. He didn't get frozen.
Yeah, no.
What
if they say that?
He exploded.
He got frozed. They just say that. He froze. They have to say it just like that. It's not even like...
Episode title.
It's not even ED. It's FROZT. Frozed.
Episode title. Frost.
Frost.
I'm probably going to put the ED just because it looks better, but...
No, it's got to be the T, dude.
I want people to actually sound it out.
Do EDT.
Okay.
Frozed.
Frost.
But, I'm excited for Wonder Woman 2. That'll be amazing. Gal Gadot is my future ex-wife. Not really. I wish, bro.
Gonna write that down. Not that part, but the Frost.
The Frost. And then, what else? What else are we going to talk about tonight?
Oh, I got some stuff.
Let's talk about your stuff. I'm just rambling at this point.
So, a couple things that go together. So, I already said I'm drinking this Pineapple Express slushy from 450 North.
Yeah.
Last Friday I had the day off, Good Friday. So myself.
Was it a Good Friday?
It was a Good Friday. I slept a lot of it.
That's a Good Friday.
Yeah. So, I got up at 3:45 in the morning.
Stop that.
Because I was told we were leaving at 4. Because we were supposed to, leave at 4. Originally, it was 4:30, which I was like, ugh, okay. Then we were told, hey, we're leaving at 4 because we're picking someone up in Indy. I was like, great. That means I'm gonna be stuffed in the back of a truck. Like, I thought I was gonna have at least a little bit of room. Nah. So I get over to my buddy Austin's place, and He's like, yeah, we're not picking him up now. Oh, and this person's not coming too. Oh, glad I got up at 3:45 then. And yeah, so we left, and we got down there pretty quick. I slept a little bit of the way.
Where's this place at?
Columbus, Indiana.
So that's south of Indy, right?
Yeah, it's about half hour, 45 south.
Okay.
And we get there about 10 till 6. We knew this was also, that's why another reason we left early is because we knew this was going to be a really big crowd. They've been getting bigger and bigger the last few, and this was like one of their bigger releases of the year because it's the 420 release. Yeah. So like all the beers are like 420 themed and marijuana themed and whatnot.
But they're 450, bro.
Yeah. So
What?
we get there at 10 till 6 in the morning. Normally, when I go, I get there about 9:30. They open at 11.
So you're there at 4.5 hours, or
Yeah.
4.5 hours early.
Guess what? I was 95th in
I was
line.
about to say you're probably in line.
I was in line. We had some friends come from Fort Wayne. They got there at like 1:15, and they were 10th in line.
1:15 in the morning?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Get some fucking lives, people. It's just beer.
It's really fucking good beer.
But still, man, like...
So, it's cold, it's rainy, it's windy. You combine all those things and you get miserable.
I'd have cut myself.
I didn't do that.
I would have.
That's drastic. But so we get in line and so we hear, oh, they're starting to hand out the bracelets now, and they're numbered bracelets. That's how I knew I was 95th. So there was like, sweet. So as soon as the bracelet just signifies, hey, you're here early enough. You're within this range of people that will get a full allotment because you're only allowed to buy so many 4-packs of each beer. Mm-hmm. That way everybody can enjoy it, hopefully. But this guarantees you get exactly what you want. So I was 95th. We waited another 45 minutes before the bracelets finally got to us. So 95, okay, cool. We're solid in line. Let's go back to the truck. So we went back to the truck and just slept until about 10:30.
Yeah, dude.
and then got out, got in line, got our beer. Normally we eat there because they have amazing pizza. And we get a flight of all the beers that we're buying that day, try them all, be like, sweet, I made a good choice. And then we eat the pizza, and it's amazing, and we head out. Well, it was pretty packed in there, so we decided to go somewhere else, another brewery in Columbus called Zwanzig's. Another great place with pizza. I'm not a big fan of any of the beer there. It's weird. 450 just blows everything out of the water, it seems. Yeah, on the way down there, this is my other topic involved. It ties in with this, but on the way down there and on the way back and all that, we were listening to Iron Maiden the whole time. That's a lot of Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it is.
For a nearly 2-hour drive, that's a lot of Iron Maiden. So we
2-hour drive there and back, so
yes.
4.
Keep in mind, I slept for a lot of that ride. Both rides. So yeah, we were listening to Iron Maiden's album Brave New World, and holy shit, I'm like, where has this album been my whole life? It's really good.
But you said you slept through most of it.
Yeah, but because I was awake at different times, and we played it constantly, I eventually got to hear the whole thing.
I heard all of it.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if I'm much of an Iron Maiden fan. I'll be honest.
I used to not be until I saw them live.
Most of the songs I heard, I'm like, meh, all right. And then other songs, I'm like, this is fun, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not my scene. I'm just a very jaded person. I'm a jaded person about music, movies, my cinema,
Your cinema.
my beer.
So yeah, if you haven't checked out Iron Maiden Brave New World, definitely check it out. It's cool. It's got some cool songs.
I'll check it out. I'll go home on Spotify tonight, bro.
It's cool. I like the first like 4 or 5 songs are like really fucking awesome.
Word?
Let's see here. I talked about that. I talked about 450 North. So my friends in the band Catalytic released a new song yesterday or today. It's along with their very first ever music video. And so this is their first. This is the second song they've released with Dustin Chavez doing double duty. Late last year, their vocalist decided he was done with the band, so that left Dustin with doing full vocal duty. Before he was just backgrounds, whatever. So he decided instead of finding a new vocalist, they're just gonna continue as a 4-piece, and he's covering all vocals. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. I have not watched it yet.
I'm ready. My body is ready.
Yeah, I have not watched this yet, and I have not heard this yet. I'm very excited because good friends of mine, and I'm eager to hear how Dustin does fully on vocals, you know? So here is Catalytic, Fearcaster. Pretty good quality video so far.
Yeah. Okay. Pause it.
Yeah?
There's a guy on YouTube. His name, has a channel called The Angry Joe Show.
Yeah?
Have you ever seen it?
No, I have not.
Okay. That makes this joke so much harder. It's not even a joke. That guy just looked like that Angry Joe guy. And it was really, really funny to me.
All right.
This guy's facial expressions remind me of Felipe. I really hope he's like scrolling through his news feed and just comes across this live video and notices that like, his fucking music video is playing. Like, what the fuck? You're like, what the fuck, man? Why is this on YouTube? This is still the podcast, don't worry.
Yeah, still a podcast. That was actually the guitar I was looking at buying at one point.
I don't think it would make you play like that.
No. It's an amazing guitar, though.
Atta boy. It's not too shabby.
Yeah. All right. That was Fearcaster by Catalytic. Check Catalytic out. Been a big fan of them guys for years. Good friends of mine. It's funny because they've always, before this, they've always kind of caught a lot of flack for sounding a lot like Killswitch Engage. Their old singer, their old singer, very Killswitch Engagey, very Howard Jonesy.
Howard's dope.
Oh yeah, it's funny because they always heard that, and I talk to them and make fun of. I of course do the same joke like, oh, it's a Killswitch Engage ripoff, just like everybody else did to them. But he's like, dude, we sound more like Soilwork than anything. But yeah, what'd you think of that?
I enjoy it. I have a couple critiques on the music video.
Yeah.
Good quality. They just need more energy.
Yeah,
Like they need more energy, like the singer's energy. He's fucking getting it. Man.
Oh yeah, Dustin is very animated. Especially, I mean that's his stage presence. That was all his stage presence. Absolutely.
Well, they need to get some of that.
Yeah.
And then for the guitar player, I think he's the lead guitar player. Bro, you just need to give it up, and you need to shave your head. Like
the bald spot.
The sides.
Yeah.
Just let it go, bro.
Just give up.
Just give it up. There's no point. Until you start making some big bucks, you can afford some hair plugs.
It's really one of my critiques. A lot of my critiques involve. So audio wise, there's that little part where things kind of got quiet and you hear mostly the drums and it's like everything's kind of like low key.
The breakdown.
I didn't really like the mix on that part. This is just my like tiny critiques, but vocals, I wasn't a big fan of the clean vocals.
To me, I go through my moods in music, and right now metal isn't in my mood.
Yeah.
So like when I hear it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, same thing again. Here we go.
Yeah.
Like with like metal and specifically newer kind of metal music, you get the same kind of screaming voice. And then if they do like kind of like an emo metal thing, I guess is I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but something like a Day to Remember.
Yeah.
You get the same like clean vocal voice. Like I Prevail
sure.
is a big...
For sure.
Like, I like I Prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like so many other bands before them. Whereas like... older kind of metal bands, you could kind of distinctly tell who's the singer.
Mm-hmm.
And you could do that with Killswitch and like Five Finger, I feel like too, now. But like, even Five Finger, there were times where you're like, oh, that sounds like Disturbed.
Okay.
But
yeah, Dustin's cleans, like he just started doing cleans, like that's new to him. And he's trying to find his voice, so I get that. So
yeah,
best of luck on his journey.
I mean, other than that, I think they're good. Clearly, they're seasoned.
Yeah,
they've been around a while and they've been playing for a while, whether it's together in other bands or whatever it is. So I mean, overall, they're good. I just think they need to get some more stage presence.
Yeah.
Because in the music video, they're very stiff. Gotta liven it up, brothers.
The lip syncing was kind of cheesy too.
You could tell at the beginning that's what he was doing. Towards the after that, like that first part, you couldn't really tell.
It's very hard to lip sync and and capture the exact way in which you would actually be doing that. That's why whenever I did my vocal cover videos, in the video part, I was actually performing that.
Just talk it and cut the audio.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. I would actually be performing it to the best of my ability. I didn't really give a fuck what it sounded like because I was just gonna cut the audio anyways and overlay it. But yeah, that's my only advice is to, when you're actually doing a music video vocally, is to actually sing like exactly how you would do it. That way, you're actually catching like those neck movements and your mouth movements. You're not over exaggerating anything. You're not under exaggerating.
Cat's been licking himself for like the
That's
past
what he
like
does.
15 minutes.
That's what
dude.
he fucking does.
I understand that like that's how cats bathe, but it's creeping me the fuck out. He just so
Baxter's just down here chilling
sitting
with
here
us.
fucking going at it.
He's eating his ass right now.
He was earlier, dude. I wish I could do that.
For those watching, you can see him.
It's cat eating ass.
He's,
Episode title. Cats eating ass.
God.
We got a couple good ones so far. Frost. Cats eating ass.
Yeah.
450 north, more like 420. Yeah.
420. Yeah.
I don't know any other ones. I'm just trying to come up with ideas now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, musically right now, I'm into country music. I like country right now. And then when I'm in my my zen moment, I'm into a retro wave synth kind of music. But it gives me this sweet 80s kind of vibe, dude. Like, you know the whole soundtrack for the movie Drive?
Never seen Drive.
We've watched Drive together.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
I think we started it and I walked away.
Okay, that's what happened then. Because I was like, I remember making you and Justin sit down with it.
No, I didn't watch it. I think I started it.
I think you must have left then, and it hurts my feelings.
I feel like I started it because when I watched it, I'm pretty sure I watched it alone, and I started it, and
It's more your loss. I mean, it's a great film.
That's what you guys have said.
I don't need to say it. It just is. All right.
I don't know if it like the way you guys have described it to me is it just doesn't sound like something I would be into.
I'm telling you, dude, you'd like it.
It sounds like a very artsy movie.
You might be thinking of more of Only God Forgives.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
It's kind of like the it's not the sequel, but it's from the same director. It's got Ryan Gosling in it.
Yeah.
And he kind of plays a similar character. But like, I was super excited for this movie because of Drive. And this one's stupid artsy. Like to the point where I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. And I remember Justin was so obsessed with it. He was like, dude, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm like, no, it's fucking not, man. It is so trash. But,
this movie's M's trash.
Watch Drive. Super good. But the music I like to listen to right now is like, there's like really mellow, like synth wave things going on.
Yeah.
And it gives you like this 80s beats. And like, I feel like I'm driving downtown Miami, fucking neon all around me with a gold chain on and a white suit.
You feel like you're playing GTA Vice City.
I basically feel like Drake from the music video, Just Hold On, We're Going Home. I feel like Scarface, bro.
I feel like a lot of things it sounds like.
Yeah, and it's pretty dope.
I've been listening to a lot of. These days I mostly listen to podcasts. I'm not gonna lie. Like I barely listen to music. Lately, music-wise, I've been listening to a lot of I Prevail, and which I mostly listen to their newer CD. I've been listening to Beartooth. Beartooth. I used to not like them at all.
It's a pretty dope name.
This newest CD, Disease, is really fucking good because it's very. To me, it's very. It's a departure and more towards my style.
Why the name Beartooth?
I don't know, but they've definitely got like a really cool like rock sound. I think you'd like them.
Oh no! When I work out, it's just I go to the kick-ass metal playlist on Spotify.
Nice. Nice.
And I just put that bitch on shuffle. Of Mice and Men is kind of my thing.
Oh, I love Of Mice and Men.
So yeah. But yeah, music-wise, I don't know. I'm not real. I've never been one for music like too much, but I'm kind of like leaning towards that stuff lately.
Yeah.
And eventually I go to a mood where I'm just like, I just want to listen to nothing but country. And then I'll go into a mood where I'm like, all right, it's time for just emo kid music. And then it'll be, all right, time for just things that are on the American Pie movie box set. So a lot of Simple Plan and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sum 41, all
Yep.
that.
And then yeah.
I've said this before on the show, but
Baxter, quit
Sum
fucking
41's
licking yourself.
latest CD, which I think came out 2 years ago at this point, really fucking good.
I love Sum 41. They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah, them and Good Charlotte both came out with a new CD like at the same time, and they were both fantastic CDs.
I know it was a couple of years ago, Blink 182
Yeah,
came out with one, right?
It came out with California, which I heard was actually really good. It didn't have Tom DeLonge, but
Yeah, I heard a few people I knew went and, went and saw them when they were in Noblesville.
yeah, I saw that. I was at that show
Oh, were you?
with A Day to Remember.
Yep. I didn't go. I don't go to concerts. I'm pretty lame. When people are like, hey, you want to go to a concert? I'm like, not really.
I'm going to next Wednesday. I'm going to go see Parkway Drive and Killswitch Engage.
Doesn't sound appealing to me.
Killswitch Engage doesn't?
Not really.
I thought you liked them.
I do, but I don't.
It'll be a good time. Parkway Drive is my favorite band, and Killswitch Engage is pretty damn close to that. So to see them in the same at the same time is just a dream come true for me.
The only concert I want to go to right now is the Tool one in May,
Yeah,
and I'm not going to get to go. So
that's a bummer. I'm not either.
life sucks, man. Feels bad. Hurts my heart.
I hurt for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Where the fuck? There it is.
Get that water. There's
I
not
need
much
it.
left.
My throat is fucking hurting right now, bro.
Oh man, if only you had some Pineapple Express slushy.
Yes, I could puke and make my throat hurt worse. Yeah.
Pineapple's not good for that.
Puking?
No, just sore throat or anything like that.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Pineapple is like the only fruit that eats you.
Well, anything with citrus acid.
Yeah, but its acid levels are so high that it actually eats you more so than others.
Don't eat too much bananas. Potassium will fuck you up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like a month or so ago, I had a banana early in the morning, and for a couple of days I did. And, like, I'm not used to eating bananas, so like,
Gives you like this weird like paste feel in your mouth where you're like,
no, it was more like it wasn't going down. It was settling. Like I felt really bloated for a while, especially that early in the morning. I'm not used to eating right away when I wake up. But
I don't either.
I've been, since I go to the gym in the morning now, right before work, I try to get some kind of food in me. So like
You don't fast workout, bro?
huh?
You don't fast workout?
No, because I get lightheaded. I get really lightheaded. Lightheaded, almost. I wouldn't say nauseous, but like I just.
I mean, you're dehydrated.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Drink more water.
I drink a ton of water.
You don't drink enough.
I don't know how. I feel like I'd get water poisoning if I drank any more.
I don't think so, bro.
I know it's not the beer dehydrating me because I only drink on Tuesday and then maybe on the weekends.
I'm not saying that beer's dehydrating you. I'm just saying you're dehydrated. You don't drink enough.
Weird.
You're supposed to drink like I don't remember what the fuck. I'm not even gonna try to remember, but it's a lot of cups based off your body weight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's it. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just gonna discredit it.
Okay.
You're wrong.
All right. Whatever.
Okay.
You do your thing.
God. Where are we at?
I don't know. I can't see.
I can't either. I have YouTube up. Alright, we're at hour 9. Cool. Still got some time.
Alrighty. Well, what time is it?
Almost 7.
7. Okay.
We got some time.
We do.
Got some time.
So I deactivated my Facebook and all my other social media accounts.
Yeah. What made you decide that?
I got tired of seeing all the drama from
Yeah.
people. Just so much drama.
So I'm at this weird point where like I don't see any drama anymore.
See, I just see a bunch of drama. I only was on
see a bunch of
Facebook.
memes.
I was only on Facebook for memes. I don't talk to anybody on Facebook other than like the podcast people
Yeah.
and the people that need to get a hold of me. They can just send me a fucking text
Yeah.
or Snapchat. So I'm like, I don't really need it anymore. I don't want it. I don't want people to see my shit.
Yeah.
So I deleted that. I deleted Instagram. I deleted Twitter. I even deleted my LinkedIn account, bro.
Oh wow. It's not very professional.
I know. I don't really care though. I work at a pizza place. Maybe I should open my own pizza place that's got a brewery. That's great feedback.
Yeah. Sorry, Nate Phillips just fucking out of nowhere sent a message to the group chat and it distracted me because my phone buzzed. Thanks, Nate. Oh, that's neat.
I can't see it.
He got something really cool for LaFiCon this weekend.
Word.
I'll show you, but don't show the camera. Don't
That
show the
is-
live feed.
That's cool. That's dope. Lifey, do you want to see? Well, that's too damn bad.
If you want to see it, you got to come to LaFiCon this Saturday. I'm so excited for LaFiCon.
I will not be there this Saturday.
What about Sunday?
I can probably come someday.
Someday?
I
I
can
hope you come someday.
No, I should be able to come Sunday.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm super stoked for LaFiCon because we're not doing the normal thing that we've done the past couple years, which is hosting panels and talking to.
If I bring Kristen, does she get in free with me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I'll be like, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up, bro.
That's real fucking not cool.
Yeah, it's just you guys are just with Journey. Just say you're with Journey in Comics. Don't. I didn't say that. So anybody listening, watching, you can't just walk into LaFiCon and say you're with Journey into Comics.
Yeah, you fucks.
Just don't do that.
I'll show him my ID. My license says Journey into Comics guy.
Yeah.
Fucking fuckers.
You have to have a special license.
Yep.
Only obtainable at your local BMV.
Through Nate Phillips.
Through Nate Phillips. He works at every
He works
local,
at every BMV.
every local BMV. Local is relative. I get that.
Still applies.
Still applies. Yeah, LaFiCon is it's a lot of fun because we get a lot of local vendors. We get a lot of people in the area that actually work in the industry. And then it's just really cool to meet all those people and talk to them on stage, and hopefully somebody's out there listening in the crowd, and because all this. While we're on stage talking, like people are just meandering throughout everything and talking to the vendors.
Damn Neanderthals.
It's cool. It's really cool. There are people that dress up. I mean, it's like a mini Comic-Con.
Just here in Lafayette.
Yeah, just here in Lafayette.
Cool.
There's a dude that builds Batmobiles
That's dope.
out of Logansport, I believe.
That's fucking rad.
And
dude.
yeah, he just brings a Batmobile.
That's rad.
He brings a Batmobile for everybody to check out, and
All these people are going to be there Saturday.
yep, Saturday and Sunday.
Are they all going to be there Sunday?
Yeah,
Or are they just
most
gonna
of them. I think they're all pretty much.
Or am
be
I
there.
going to be like the only one there Sunday going, well,
No.
Fuck.
I think everybody that's there Saturday is typically there Sunday too.
what are we doing for a live panel?
See, the thing is, we're not doing
Oh, shit, bro.
what.
My mic was falling, but I
Oh.
got it.
We're not doing panels this year.
What?
Instead, we're just doing live podcasts of shows on the network.
Okay.
But we're gonna include the people in the crowd and vendors and.
So I'm gonna have to avoid Endgame spoilers probably.
Actually, I think we might. I think the plan is we're gonna do something after LaFiCon, like between LaFiCon and the after show at North End Pub, which is gonna be there's gonna be a band called the Sluts. They're doing a special.
Didn't know my ex-girlfriends got together.
Right.
All right. No, they were nice ladies.
They're nice ladies.
Some of them.
So the Sluts, they're a local punk band. They are doing an all like Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
I
cover
heard about
set.
that.
Yeah.
Someone told me that they were doing that, and I was like, "That's rad."
Yeah. And then we got Night of the Round. They're the typical LaFiCon after party show. They've been coming, I think, to almost every LaFiCon after party. And Night of the Round is a Final Fantasy metal tribute. They play Final Fantasy songs, but made metal.
That's dope.
Yeah.
If you want, I can bring my Disney Seen It.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Nate Podcastrophe comments, which I'm guessing it's Nate Phillips commenting as Podcastrophe.
That's
JIC 241 spoiler free live first half.
I don't even know what that means. You're speaking fucking code, bro.
If you're
Journey into comics.
If you're in the know, you know what it means.
Hang on, let me read it again.
JIC
Journey into comics.
241.
Episode 241?
Episode 241. You got it so far. You're good. Spoiler free.
So the first half spoiler free.
Yes.
Second half, I'm assuming, is with spoilers.
Yes.
Got you, essay.
Got you, essay. Yeah. I'm super stoked. LaFiCon's one of my favorite times of the year.
I've never been. Yeah, last year I lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
At the time. Couldn't come. Wanted to. Couldn't. Year before that, I lived in Chicago still.
Yeah.
So couldn't come. Wanted to.
See, last year we had 2 LaFiCons. Last year, I mean, they decided to change the date. Normally it's in April. This last year they decided to do it in July, which is really weird, or the very end of June.
That's hot.
Which is really weird, but the attendance wasn't quite what it was because everybody was on vacation or something.
It's also hot.
And it's also and on top of that, like the college students weren't on campus anymore.
Yeah.
So that was a big part of the crowd. So they decided to do a second LaFiCon in the winter. The LaFiCon before Christmas is what they called it.
Winter.
And,
coming.
And that was mostly just to raise awareness and, get people involved. And now
Who hosts LaFiCon?
Huh?
Who hosts LaFiCon?
It's put on by Carnahan Hall, and it's basically us. Like we don't organize it. We mostly just hype it, and we're the entertainment.
I always look at the monitor like
I know.
I'm like, no, the camera's right there.
It's just like anytime you use your phone.
I know.
Like selfie mode, and you're just like looking at yourself rather than the camera.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. Fucking weird, bro. Yeah, I'm excited. I'd like to get up on the stage and talk with the folk and all the common people, as I like to call them.
You gonna dress up?
I don't have a costume.
Make one.
I might just make a cut-off T-shirt.
If you saw me last year, it was ridiculous.
Well, I might just wear the cut-off T-shirt with the WWE Championship and say I'm a fat Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe not. I
don't know who I could go as.
I don't know what I'm doing. I actually, at one point, said I wasn't going to dress up this year. One year I went, I think the first year Journey into Comics did it, I went as Deadpool Harley Quinn.
I saw that one. I remember that picture.
That was a lot of fun.
See, I don't want to wear anything that I can't get out of quick.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And mostly, see, I could always just bust out the good old Where's Waldo costume.
Yeah, do it.
I might
do it.
do it.
Fat Waldo.
Yeah, Fat Waldo with the WWE Championship. WWE Champion Waldo.
Do it. I'm down for that.
I don't know. We'll see. I might.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like, I don't want to wear anything that's going to be restrictive in terms of, like, I have to piss and...
Like, the Waldo shirt is pretty nice because literally it's just a shirt. Otherwise, I just wear blue jeans.
I mean, I could always do Quail Man. I'll probably do Quail Man. Or
Quail Man's dope.
Or Quail Man Deadpool. Spoiler alert for LaFiCon. I'm probably going as Quail Man Deadpool. You heard it here first, folks.
Fucking Deadpool. God, dude.
It's easy. I have the costume. The thing is, Deadpool, you can, like, combine with anything. Which is what I never go straight up Deadpool.
Yeah.
I always do something wacky with it.
I have a LeBron James jersey. I could go as the white LeBron James.
What are you supposed to be?
The white LeBron James.
I'm white LeBron James. Obviously. Obviously.
If someone would get me like a ram head, or a goat mask, I'll wear the goat mask with the LeBron James jersey, and I'll be like,
goat.
I'm the goat.
Do you actually believe that? I'm not going to get into that debate. I'm just asking.
Do I believe he's the greatest player of all time? No. Do I believe he's the best player of all time? Abso-fucking-lutely. There is a difference.
Go into that. That's deep.
Greatest brings into the discussion accomplishments as well as overall ability.
Okay.
Best is just what you can do. LeBron, statistically, can do everything Michael Jordan can.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that Michael does better is plays defense better. But that was back then versus today's rules are completely different. The hand check rule is the big one. So Michael Jordan could put his hand on the offensive player's hip, and you can kind of direct where you want that person to go with that. Can't do that anymore. So defense is much harder to play now.
Makes sense.
Michael Jordan also had a much better coach. Michael Jordan didn't win until he got Phil Jackson. If you don't know anything about basketball, Phil Jackson has the most championship reigns of any head coach in basketball history.
And to be fair, LeBron James has had many coaches.
LeBron James had many coaches because they've all been winners. So,
LeBron James plays for whatever team LeBron James wants to play for.
well, hang on. So his
Keep in
first
mind,
coach,
I don't know shit about any of this.
his
I'm
first
just
coach in Cleveland.
talking.
They had not had a winning record until LeBron, so they fired him. That's not LeBron's fault. Then they get Mike Brown, head coach, not Mike Brown. They win 60 games multiple years, but they don't ever win a championship. So they fire him. That's not uncommon. Then he goes to Miami. None of the players in Miami liked the head coach. It took the president saying, too damn bad. And then they won championships. Then LeBron goes back to Cleveland. And he gets a coach from Europe who, since being fired, has never worked in the NBA again. What does that tell you about that coach? So,
Yeah.
then he wins a championship with the other guy. And now he goes to LA, where the coach was heavily criticized and hasn't done much for 2 years. 1 year was with LeBron. The year before he didn't have LeBron. And it wasn't the front office's choice to be the coach anyway. So if you think about, two coaches have been fired on his watch while he's played with them. One was deserved, and the other one probably was deserved too. And so, I mean, when they call him a coach killer, I don't understand that because he's. But yeah, Michael Jordan had a better coach. But yeah, greatest and best is a completely different story.
Shut up, dog. How do you think? I always heard people talk about like if LeBron James was in football, if he joined the NFL. How do you think he would fare in the NFL?
He was an all-state wide receiver when he played in high school.
Maybe that's why they talked about it.
But
I don't know.
if he played in the NFL today,
I mean, he's a fairly big dude for his height.
no, he's 6'8", he's 260. He's
He's
a big guy. He's extremely fast.
He's a
He'd probably
fucking
play
monster.
He'd be crazy good in the red zone. So anything in the end zone, like, hey, just throw it up real high. He's probably going to catch it because his people aren't out jumping him. Not in the NFL, that is. I'd say if you did anything, you put him as a tight end. Because if you have him as a tight end, you either A, you put a linebacker on him, and a linebacker's not going to be fast enough to keep up with him. Or B, you put a safety or a cornerback on him, and then the safety and the cornerback guys are not going to be tall enough to do anything to him. All you got to do is just, like I said, throw the ball in the air, and the guy's got like a probably 12-foot radius to catch the damn ball. So I think I think you put him in any sport, he'd be amazing at it.
Yeah, I mean he's
a freak of an athlete, dude.
He really is. I mean, I don't know shit about a lot of sports, but like,
well, you think about it. He's a guy in the NBA right now. The NBA is a young man's sport.
You can sit and talk shit about LeBron James all day, but there's no denying he's extremely athletic and extremely talented, and there's a reason he
gets talked about every day on every sports channel.
Yeah.
Regardless of him not even being in the playoffs this year. The NBA playoffs ratings are down because he's not in it. That says something. Like, you know, people always worry about, like, I know when I hear, like, sportscasters, they talk about the NBA, they're like, oh, well, what was going to happen once Michael retired finally? Which, he retired, like, what, 3 fucking times?
Yeah.
But
I think
once Michael retired, who did we get? LeBron fucking James.
Yeah.
When LeBron finally decides to retire, which is probably not going to be for another few years, we're going to have Zion Williamson in the beginning of his prime. And Zion's already a fucking freak, dude. He's a kid from Duke. He's super good. And, like, that's just it. Like, they'll always find a new superstar. But, like, everybody that talks shit about LeBron James, oh, well, he's not the greatest of all time. No, he's not. But, you know, like, a case can be made that Michael's not either. But LeBron James, by far, is the best player you have ever seen with your eyes.
I think the fact that there's so much drama surrounding him, and not even like, I don't know how much of the drama.
He's the drama king, dude.
Well, I don't know how much of it is involving his actual like life. However, all the drama I have seen is just involved like the sport itself and like the politics of the sport, the business side of the sport, the actual sport itself, and it just goes to show you just how much of it is an entertainment industry as well.
Well, so here's another thing that people talk about when you talk about LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. LeBron James is known for his charity work, his kids, and his wife. He's had the same girlfriend since high school. They're married and they have 3 kids. Michael Jordan was known for infidelity, gambling problems, and alcoholism. Like, that was some big shit in the 90s for him.
Did not know any of that.
Like, there's speculation on that. That's why he came out of retirement the second time.
Because he
He
needed money.
gambled all his fucking money away.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he fucking also gets cuts from the Jordan shoes.
Yeah.
Like the Jordan shoe brand. LeBron is extremely smart with business. Dude opens fucking schools for people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's become such a mogul. Very much like Michael was towards the end, or would you call it the end of his career, or, you know, when he decided to go back and win 3 more championships? I don't know. But, Michael was older at that point. He already had established himself as that legend. LeBron's at that point where he's a mogul now and he's an icon.
Yeah.
And there's no place in the United States, let alone maybe even the world, that LeBron cannot go to that people probably will not recognize him. Like, Tom Brady can go places, other countries, and people probably don't even recognize him. They just think he's an average dude.
Beautiful dude.
Beautiful dude. But they probably just go, that's a dude with a hot wife. He's got a shit ton of money. And then you find out, oh, well, he plays American football. Like, LeBron James is probably close to the level of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi.
Okay.
Like, for those who don't know who those people are, those are
that.
Soccer players.
Yes.
Soccer is so much bigger in every other country. The world sport. Yeah. We're stupid here.
We have a football.
But, like,
basketball.
Ronaldo's worth more money than any athlete.
That's crazy.
Right now. Except maybe Tiger Woods. But that's just because Tiger Woods has been around forever. And he's worth $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So, like, LeBron's at an icon stage now where, he's been so perfect in his, like, outside life that I feel like the media looks for any kind of drama they can find. That's why, he's a coach killer. Not really. He causes all this drama with players. Every superstar does. Michael Jordan punched his fucking teammates in the face. Like, they've admitted that. Michael Jordan was an asshole, people. Was he a great basketball player? Was he the greatest basketball player? Potentially. Possibly. Yes, but still a douchebag.
Yeah.
Still, I just feel like they
But he made his team work.
Here's the thing. Did he, or was it a system? He had a good coach. He did not win until Phil Jackson got there. And Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the team worked for him.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
you don't win any type of team sport without other players.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say is bad about LeBron James. Like, they bring up, like, he's 3-5 in the finals. Because he's been there 8 years. Or 9 times. So he's 3-6, actually. He's won 3, lost 6. It's not a good record. Oh, did they tell you, though, that the past 4 times he's literally faced potentially the greatest team ever assembled? And they literally just keep getting better.
That's always the argument for or against Michael Jordan is, like, would he have been as great? Yeah, he's talented, but would he have won all those titles if it wasn't for his team? If it wasn't for that powerhouse team that he had?
I'll say this, too. So, the year after Michael retired the first time, so the year before that, Michael plays, they win the championship. They won 57 games out of 82. The year after he retired, how many games did you think they won? Just take a guess.
Out of
82.
82 games? Somewhere in the ballpark of 40.
They won 55. They only won 2 less.
Okay.
LeBron James, when he was in Cleveland, they won like 63 games. Take a guess how many they won out of the 82 the following year after he left them.
30.
It was more like less than 20.
Wow.
Like, who the hell is around him to help him out there? And that's why he left. Mm-hmm. And all the people that bitch about it, like, no, fuck off. So, like, when you look at it, like, when I look at it, like, objectively, Michael didn't beat the Pistons or the Celtics. They just got old. Like, Larry Bird and them got old. Mm-hmm. And then Michael hit his prime. And Scottie Pippen came. And so did Phil Jackson. Like, the Pistons, they got old too. So, Michael's titles came after the crazy good teams in the East that everybody talks about got old. Yeah, he had to deal with, like, Shaquille O'Neal first coming into the league and the Knicks and stuff, but, were those teams really that great? Because when you look at their, like, overall power ranking. There's some system I saw on Fox Sports 1 where it ranks each team how good they are based off each position and their players and stuff. Michael Jordan never faced a team in the finals as good as any of the teams LeBron had to face. And that includes the really shitty Mavericks team that, like, LeBron should not have lost to in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But he did. But everybody's like, well, Michael's 6-0 in the finals. Who the fuck did he play? He played some shitty fucking teams. He played a Magic Johnson team that Magic was retiring. So, yes, he's potentially the greatest, combined with accomplishment and skill. But LeBron James is better, period. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. Athletes don't get worse over time.
Mm-hmm.
Athletes get better. People, look how much better people are physically now than even in the 90s.
Yeah.
Look at The Rock now versus The Rock in the 90s. Who do you pick in that fight? I'm picking The Rock in his 40s, almost 50s
hilarious?
now.
You know what's hilarious? I, growing up, watched WWF, WWE, the Attitude Era, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I look back at those videos, and, growing up, I would look at Stone Cold Steve Austin and be like, that guy is a fucking monster. He is the biggest fucking ice cold badass.
Yeah.
Looking back, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You look at him kind of now,
so
and you're
much
like,
tinier than
you look at him now, and you're kind of like, he's still a big dude.
Yeah,
but he's not in crazy good shape.
I feel like he's bigger now.
He looks in better shape now.
Like him in The Condemned versus him as Stone Cold Steve Austin, totally different.
Yeah,
he is a fucking shit brick house.
Well, like I said, dude, look at The Rock when he's in WWE.
God.
Versus The Rock now. If those two were in a fight, who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick
I'm picking fucking Hercules, all right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not even a contest.
Fucking Hobbs over here.
Exactly. He's gonna eat that guy like a protein bar.
I think fucking Skyscraper Rock could beat...
No shit!
Without the leg.
Without the leg. He's fucking hopping around with the duct tape on his hands. He's gonna go hard. So... But yeah, no, nutrition just gets better. Athletes just get better. When Michael Jordan played...
Tooth Fairy Rock could beat the old school.
Game Plan Rock could beat that Rock up.
What was the game plan? I'm trying to think.
It's the one where he played a football quarterback and he found out his daughter. Out about his daughter.
Okay.
I love that movie. That's a wholesome family film.
Don't think I've seen it.
Watch it. It's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
But it's just like I said, athletes get better, training gets better, everything gets better. NBA, what was the 3-point shot back in Michael Jordan's time? Nothing. Now it makes up about 30% of the points people play.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder for
and that's even on a small we're at the gym scale.
Yeah.
There's a fucking a local court.
Yeah, no, it literally makes up 30% of most team shots now. And here's the other thing. Analytics-wise, that shows that it's harder for one single player now to make that much of a difference because of the 3-point shot. But yet, at the same time, if you can fucking drain them like Golden State, which is the uber team that keeps beating LeBron James in the finals, those people can be down by 20, and then here in the next 2 minutes, they've drained 7 threes, and all of a sudden they're up by 1. You're like, what the fuck just happened? They're talking about it. People can shoot the 3 ball so well now. They're talking about expanding it to a 4-point line, which is near half court.
Let me ask you this. Steering back to The Rock.
I love sports, if you can't tell.
I can tell. I'm just not very knowledgeable, and I can't really hold the conversation. But it's cool to let you talk about it because that's a part of this show that people don't normally get. But let's go back to The Rock real quick.
To the Rock.
Who do you think would win? WWE, Attitude Era Rock, or high school Central Intelligence Rock? That's rough.
That is rough.
Singing in the high school locker room.
I think I'm going with WWE.
Yeah,
Rock.
I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, that's a really dumb question.
Just because I feel like he would, the other one would get winded.
I'm not gonna lie. Asthma, you know.
He'd get winded.
I'm not gonna lie, folks. I asked that purely for entertainment purposes.
I apologize.
I was really just going for shock value there. Oh yeah, definitely Central Intelligence Rock.
Yeah,
Who is a fucking monster still?
Yeah, dude.
Like that's post Fast and Furious Rock. So,
but I'm just saying, like, you know, these training methods. Like, whoever thought that fucking Chuck would get huge? Whoever thought Zachary Levi, the guy that played fucking Chuck, would get jacked and play a superhero? I sure as shit didn't.
I mean, I feel like a lot of that's the suit, but the same because
have you seen him in talk shows recently?
No, I haven't.
He's in good fucking shape.
Oh, I absolutely believe he's in shape, but I think a lot of that suit is exaggerated.
I don't know, man.
Exaggerated.
Like I said, he looks fucking real good in just a suit.
Oh, I guarantee he does.
He says that he's gotten really into weightlifting now since doing the role. He like does it. He says
it's
like,
addicting.
He says he's like, I do it 6 times a week, or I do it 6 times. You know, in the or do it 6 days a week. He's like twice a week or twice a day.
Slow down, Joe Rogan. Jesus,
I'm fucking dying, bro. But yeah, like John Krasinski. Who'd have thought fucking John Krasinski could have got fucking Jack for fucking Jack Ryan?
Yeah. I've only watched 1 episode.
I haven't watched any, but I saw the pictures and I was like, Jesus Christ, Jim, what you been doing?
That first episode, insanely boring.
Really?
Until the last 10, 15 minutes where all of the action takes place.
John Bernthal as Punisher.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of actors you can keep naming that you're just like, I would have never thought they could get, you know, this fucking beefy. Like, Jake Gyllenhaal. He's one of those actors that does that up and down. Look at him in Southpaw, though.
Yeah.
For the love of shit, he's ripped.
Yeah.
And then he goes to what? Nightwalker is what it was called or something? Or Night Stalker? Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
And he looked like he was on fucking crack. Like, he looked like he was struggling just to fucking walk.
Michael B. Jordan.
That's another great one.
Monster.
Yeah.
Total monster.
So, I mean, there's these actors now that, like, they look like legitimate athletes.
Yeah. I mean,
that shit didn't exist in the 90s.
I know. Look at 2001 X-Men.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and X-Men is just like...
Don't get me wrong. He's in shape. But look at him in fucking Logan.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. He's supposed to be an old man in that one. And he's more jacked than he was in 2000's X-Men.
I love the evolution of the Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Just because, like, every movie he just gets more and more jacked. And it's supposed to be like, wait, weren't you in, like, whatever. And then you look at him in Days of Future Past, and it's just like, he is the definition of monster.
The very first scene when he goes back in the 70s and gets shot.
Yeah, he's in the 70s and like, or no, that would have been.
It was the 70s.
That was the 70s.
It was the early 70s.
Yeah, god damn. It
was like 72.
He's like shirtless and just
fucking chicks and getting shot and not even giving a fuck, man. He's living the fucking dream. But like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Another actor that goes up and down like that. But I mean, look at him for Thor. I guarantee he could probably beat the shit out of a lot of people in real life. Mm-hmm. And then UFC fighters. Look at UFC fighters back in the 90s.
Look at Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes from The Machinist to Batman.
Yeah.
And just...
That's a 100-pound difference.
Oh, that's got to be 200-pound difference. I mean, he was like...
Well, he was 225 in Batman, they said. About 220,
he was
and in The Machinist, he was 115, 120.
He was one of these fucking mic stands in Machinist. And then you fast forward to this year, and he's playing Dick Cheney in Vice, and holy shit, he looks exactly like Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
I want to watch that movie so bad.
Just for Christian Bale.
I mean, honestly, like, it seems to be portraying exactly what I thought Dick Cheney was.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I haven't really been keeping up with too many like Oscar type movies lately, just because of the ones I saw. I didn't enjoy. Mm-hmm. The only one I was excited for was La La Land, and that was a couple years ago with Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that.
I love that movie. I'm a big musical fan though. I love Phantom of the Opera. I don't like Mamma Mia though. That's not a good one.
One of the Academy Award nominees or winners, or maybe it's Oscars, I can't remember. Shape of Water. Did you watch that?
Didn't that win?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I thought it won. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was really good.
I watched it, and it was not what I was expecting. It was really quirky.
Uh-huh.
I say that word specifically because I don't want to say weird.
Isn't it kind of like a romance movie?
It is, and it's like I said, I don't want to call it weird because I feel like calling it weird would be way too underwhelming. Like quirky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I never want to watch it again. But at the same time, that's not saying I didn't like it.
I think it's hard now because, like, most Oscar movies are not the type of movies that people are not the blockbusters.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a disconnect is. Like, there's been 2 superhero movies nominated for an Oscar. One superhero movie was nominated for an Oscar for picture, and then the other one was for an actor. But if we could be real here for a minute, and I know Tyler would disagree with this 100%, The Dark Knight should have been nominated for a Best Picture role. Oh, yeah. The fact that it wasn't was stupid.
That was more than just a superhero movie.
Exactly. Black Panther did not deserve a Best Picture nomination.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
And I love Black Panther. I thought that movie is excellent.
I liked it a lot.
But it's not a Best Picture worthy film.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
So.
No way.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Yeah. Well, don't, because that's illegal. But
I mean,
that's assault, brother.
It's not assault unless one charges the other with assault.
Could be assault, brother. But anyway, like,
I think it's just misconduct.
What movies do we go to be entertained? We go see the superhero movies,
blockbusters.
We go see the fucking scary movies, and we go see the comedies.
Yeah. I think
who's going to see movies like The Shape of Water? There's a reason why they don't do well in the box office, or as well as they should have.
So, have you heard the term superhero fatigue?
Yeah.
A lot of people think, or there's a lot of people claiming that they're getting superhero fatigue, saying that just the market's been flooded with superhero movies. They're tired of seeing superhero movies. To me, superhero fatigue is something different. Let's just call it reverse superhero fatigue. It's to the point where superhero movies are the only movies people want to see, and anything else is just, again, I'm using the word that I've used several times throughout this episode alone, underwhelming.
Yeah.
We want to know what happens next in this universe. We want to know what happens. Well, everybody wants the superhero movie.
Here's the thing now. Marvel changed cinema.
They did.
And I don't think we realize how much until you have to actually take a step out. Like, we're approaching, at the end of this week, a 20-film single story, essentially. Mm-hmm. Like, there's tiny subplots that fill it all out, but we have been working towards this for 11 years.
Yeah.
Other films have kind of done something like that.
I mean, X-Men.
Well, Star Wars.
Yeah, obviously.
Basically any movie with a sequel.
Yeah.
But not to this grandeur.
No.
Like,
and not so cohesively.
Yeah. This is crossed, not genres, but, there's so many characters at this point. Normally, like, with Star Wars, we were focused on Han, Vader, Luke, Leia, and then maybe Lando.
Yeah.
And then we had some minor character like Yoda in there. Because Yoda wasn't a major character. He wasn't a major player. Not even the Emperor was a major player. We didn't meet the Emperor until episode 6 at the very end.
Yeah.
So, but with Marvel here, we've had, how many, main character superheroes do we have?
All of them?
So we have Guardians, which is 5.
Yeah.
You could say Mantis, so maybe 6.
Yeah.
But Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America. Then you're supposed to care about Scarlet Witch and Vision. They're minor characters. Black Widow, you legit have well over 10, 15.
Falcon, Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
Black Panther,
Ant-Man,
Wasp.
Black Panther. I don't know if you said that already.
I just said that.
Okay. But I mean, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean,
the cool thing is the way they've been able to do it, on top of just the fact that they've got some of the best minds able to do it, but they treat it kind of like comic books.
Yeah.
Every one of those movies is maybe a couple comics worth of fucking story. And that's just those things. The comics just keep going, and those are kind of all interconnected.
Yeah.
Within a universe.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be, and I really think the MCU's done a good job. Have they had a little bit of blunders here and there? Yes. The Iron Man sequels were not the greatest. I haven't seen Thor: The Dark World, but I've not heard good things.
It's worth a watch.
I'd watch it, but I hear it's not.
It's not my favorite.
Not anybody's favorite.
I will say this: upon rewatching it, I think it's better.
It's kind of like Quantum Solace.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the first time I watched Quantum of Solace, I was like, "This movie sucks."
Yeah,
and I rewatched it. I'm like, "This movie is great."
Yeah, no, it's the same exact way.
I don't think it'll. I
hold
don't
up
think
compared to Skyfall and stuff.
I don't think Spectre will do that.
Spectre is not that good.
No, it was
Spectre's
not.
kind of bleh. But anyway,
after Skyfall, you don't need another movie. Spectre was you just didn't need it.
Yeah, but so you have Marvel changing cinema to where what you said, we're kind of expecting at this point grand plans that we're supposed to see. Mm-hmm. How many people are so disappointed now that there's not after credit scenes for fucking most movies?
Yeah, there are sometimes I go into a movie that is obviously part of a series or something, and I kind of want to. I'm like, should I stay?
Well, I mean, I'll point out an example here. I went and saw the Power Rangers movie up in Chicago with some friends. We heard there was an after credit scene. We watched said after credit scene, and then it goes to proceed to the following credits. After that.
Yeah.
And we're like, do we stay and wait and see if there's another one, or not? So we're looking all over the internet to see if there's another one or not. We can't find it, so we just stayed the extra 5 minutes, whatever it is. And there's nothing. Mm-hmm. Why did we stay? Because fucking Marvel has it ingrained that we need to fucking stay.
We are conditioned.
So, no, I agree. Those are the only movies that people want to go see, and if people are saying, "Oh, well, I'm bored of them," why are they each making over $1 billion? Yeah. Maybe DC ones aren't, but the past few have made it close.
It's just a simple fact that
Captain Marvel just hit over $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. Superheroes rule, or they dominate the box office.
Yeah,
they just do it.
I mean, we're trying to go back to the classic styles of King Kong and Godzilla, but I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, they're trying to create a universe there.
I think that'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. I think that'd be really, really cool.
I mean, they're doing it. There's no. I mean,
if it's
King Kong,
done the way that I saw the film theory people on YouTube do it, and they make it to where King Kong was literally designed by the U.S. government to fucking fight Godzilla.
So that doesn't. They are. If you've watched Kong Skull Island, you know that's not a thing.
I know.
I
would say it would be. That's why I think it would be much cooler though if it was that case. You know.
See, they've already kind of created this whole backstory for why they're here and like why they exist and all that. And I think it all ties in together. Like it's there. I think the universe they created, while they're not exactly the greatest movies. I think it's cool. If you're a fan, it's cool.
You want an underrated great movie? Peter Jackson's King Kong.
I mean, if it wasn't like 5 hours long,
I love that.
And kind of slow at parts. I remember the only time I've ever watched that movie was at your house. I fell asleep.
I own the director's cut. That's like the extra hour.
I know, and we watched it.
I fucking love it. I love long movies. Gives so much time for character development and everything.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think... So, let's go all the way back to the year 2000.
Word.
M. Night Shyamalan brings out a movie called Unbreakable.
Word.
It's just a movie.
Yeah.
16 years later, we have a movie called Split. And then at the very end of it, oh, twist. That's fucking Bruce Willis from Unbreakable.
Is that Bruce Willis?
That's Bruce Willis from Unbreakable. That's his character from Unbreakable. And then he just brought up Mr. Glass. Holy shit, they're in the same universe. Fucking 16 years apart. And
I think that's awesome.
And then 2 years later, we get another sequel within that universe. Glass. Do you think Marvel, the MCU, has inspired... Do you think that was MCU inspired? Do you think...
Absolutely.
Do you think they're... Like, M. Night Shyamalan was like...
I don't think M. Night Shyamalan...
I could do this.
I don't think... Here's the thing. I don't think directors think that way. I think directors literally just think of the next project that they can do.
Mm-hmm. Do you think somebody else was like...
I think
that's a good
executives
idea. Yeah, and then they're like... Yo,
think this way.
Let's make a universe out of this Unbreakable shit. Cause,
now, he might have already had the decision to do Split.
Yeah. And then somebody decided to tie
And then I wouldn't be surprised if when he's like presenting it, they could say, what could we do to make this like relate to Unbreakable? And he would be like, and he was probably like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Because the whole premise of Unbreakable is real life superheroes.
Yeah. Split, you don't really get that vibe.
No. It's a horror thriller.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a horror thriller movie. Until the very end.
Yeah.
Then you're like, holy shit.
Well, like, shit, the entire movie, you're sitting there thinking, okay, he's just a psycho with, like, multiple personalities. Yeah. And then, out of nowhere, like, the fucking one personality, they're talking about the whole movie.
The Beast, right?
Yeah, the Beast. He is, like, legitimately a monster that can do all of these incredible feats of strength.
Yeah.
And all that, and you're like, oh, shit, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, I mean, like... I think that was an executive decision that they took to him, and they said, we have ideas, what do you think? And he saw the paycheck and was like, absolutely.
And it paid off, because it worked. Because Glass was really good.
I mean, I think if you're a smart director, you can make that kind of stuff work. M. Night Shyamalan's not a bad director.
No.
He's had a few shit movies.
And a lot of that's like just people's perspective of like they didn't like the twist.
Well, The Last Airbender was just shit.
Oh yeah, that was M. Night Shyamalan.
That was just
that's a weird movie for him.
Well, they were just bad decisions all around. Like
yeah,
the characters were named differently. Like it was all just bad. So, but other than that, you know, he did Sixth Sense, he did Signs, he did Unbreakable, he's done Split, he's done The Village. Like he's an established director with a pretty good track record, you know. People enjoy his movies. And then, you know, I think it's an executive decision, all inspired by Marvel, though. These, you know, places, look what DC was trying to do, and Warner Brothers was trying to do with DC.
Yeah.
They immediately said, we have to make this the shared universe immediately.
Yeah.
Instead of taking their time, and it fucked it all up. I mean, Marvel has the formula. People don't want to copy the formula, but it's pretty much the only way you can do it. And if you're going to do what Marvel did with making a huge expanded universe like this, you have to do it their way. Pixar kind of does it.
Yeah, but they do it in a weird and
They do it in a weird here's just an Easter egg kind of thing.
Yeah, it's completely Easter eggy.
Yeah.
And that's all it needs to be because
Exactly.
it's quirky and it's just like
And they're kids movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like adults are going to pick up the Easter eggs. Kids are not. Kids aren't looking for that stuff. They're looking up directly what's in front of them, where adults are trying to look at the deeper picture, which is stupid.
But it keeps us entertained while we're watching a kids movie that we might not be entertained with.
Well, not even that, dude. I can't tell you a Pixar movie I am not entertained by.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they make things relative for adults, and they make it fun for kids.
To be fair, we were the first generation that got Pixar movies.
True, but I mean,
So we
look at
grew up
older
with
Disney
them.
movies.
Oh yeah, but I think adults, it's those movies are easy for adults to stick with as well. But I mean, it's unfair for us to have to, I guess, identify with that because we were the kids that got the Pixar movies and
That's
grew
true.
up with them. So we watch them and enjoy them and love them as adults because that's what we had.
I agree with that. I will say this though, but I like the older stuff that I had that I wasn't a kid. I still enjoy, things like Bambi, Snow White, Pinocchio. I still really enjoy those movies.
Oh.
So, and I know my parents enjoy them.
You know what movie really fucking holds up still? Land Before Time.
You know what movie really fucking holds up and will always hold up forever in my heart? Oliver and Company. That movie's the shit. I'm still upset at the fact that no one would adopt him. He's a cute ass cat in a box for free. Who the fuck's not gonna pick up a cat, like a little kitten,
Yeah.
just in a box that says free?
It's weird.
In New York City, there's some fucking creepy homeless person picking up that cat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, but about
It's not
movies-
very grounded in reality.
Yeah, but about what we were talking about with movies and Oscars and stuff. I feel like there hasn't been a movie since Avatar
That's really blown. the
that's
fucking-
come out
Yeah.
that's been massively successful in the box office, and then that's translated to Oscar success, even though they didn't win Best Picture. Hurt Locker won that year. I remember that particularly because I was like, oh, I'm going to buy the Hurt Locker now, and I was like, this movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark, but there's not movies like Saving Private Ryan that come out anymore. There's not movies like Gladiator.
Because we don't got Spielberg making movies anymore.
Yeah, we don't have we don't get the epics.
No, because it's just.
Is it something to do with attention span?
I think it is. I think it's the trend is we want a fucking blockbuster movie. We're not going to get movies like Forrest Gump.
Yeah. No, I really think is it an attention span thing because most movies now, the runtime is about an hour and a half, hour and 45, because that might be the longest people can sit down and actually watch what's going on. I mean, we are a have it now culture.
Yep.
And, I mean, look at the movie Gladiator. That's almost a 3-hour movie. I love Gladiator. You know this.
Yes. It's it's easily in my top 20.
Today, are people going to sit there and watch it and follow the whole story, or are they just going to be like, well, just tell me when the next fucking Coliseum fight comes up? Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Excellent movie.
How many people are going to understand the story behind it, or are they going to get confused and then get annoyed and stop paying attention? Because there's not action happening all the time. It's a lot of dialogue. That's the thing. We don't get movies with lots of dialogue anymore with character development. What's one of the best scenes from The Dark Knight? Interrogation scene. There's dialogue there.
Yep.
You kind of get an idea and a feel of who the Joker is and everything. But another great movie, Heat. It's got Pacino, De Niro. Happened in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's a long movie. One of the most well-known scenes is when De Niro and Al Pacino meet in a diner for the first time. Pacino's the cop, De Niro's the criminal. They both know each other, but they're basically it's just them talking. And it sets the tone for the whole movie. We don't get those kind of scenes. We just get action scenes. And I don't blame the superhero genre for that. I blame people not wanting to fucking sit down and pay attention.
Yeah.
So, look how fucking, like, just at the brim and, like, we're screaming at people for George R. R. Martin to finish his book so they could finish Game of Thrones. He had to, like, tell them how he was going to write the books.
Yeah.
Which I think would be fucking hilarious if he changed his mind.
Well, I mean, the show has deviated from the books quite a bit.
I'm sure it has.
In terms of like they've completely there's characters that are in the books that are major roles that aren't in the show at all.
Well, I mean, like
they combined certain characters to make.
Look at The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Like that's not even.
Let's not even get started on The Walking Dead.
It's like not even a thing pretty much anymore. And
yeah,
like I loved The Walking Dead.
I have watched maybe 3 or 4 episodes of this season.
I need to watch season 8 still.
Yeah.
I remember literally watching the first episode of season 8 and then going, Kristen, I don't remember what the fuck's going on. And I honestly kind of don't care.
I liked season 8.
Here's the thing. I like all the shit with Negan. I like the
that
back and forth with, and I know that's what it is. So I'm like, I just need to watch it again. But now I'm like, oh, I've got the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. I'd rather watch that. So
yeah. So moving on, I got one more thing I want to bring up and talk about. I don't know how long it'll last.
Okay. My throat kind of hurts, so.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about fan theories. And I'm not talking about like any specific fan theory. I'm just talking about the actual subject of fan theories. Like
love them.
Yeah. I do too. It's as a fan, we all do it. As a fan of anything, we all do it. Like we do it with
You
Star
speculate.
Wars. You speculate what's going to happen. Like these things that we're super hyped for, like Endgame, like Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Well, here's the thing.
We speculate.
You look at these fan theories, most of them turn out better than what we actually get, too. Look at the Jar Jar Binks theory.
Oh, fuck. Don't even talk about
What are you talking about? That's fucking amazing.
Darth Jar Jar.
How awesome would it have been if that was true?
It makes the Jar Jar character better, but that doesn't make it more awesome.
Bro. It makes it so much better.
This is what brought up this subject. A lot of talk at work has been involving Game of Thrones in this final season, almost specifically this next episode.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Reddit about it that I'm trying to avoid.
It's just we're all trying to speculate. Oh, how's this prophecy that we've been talking about for seasons now?
Yeah.
How's this going to turn out? Like, how is that going to?
Can I ask something real quick?
How's that going to translate to the actual show?
Has winter come?
Winter is here. Winter came, I think, a season ago or 2 seasons ago.
Okay.
And then there's like, oh, who's going to die? Who's going to sit on the throne? All this and this and this and this, and it's just like all the speculation, all these fan theories, and then I'm just sitting here listening to them all, and I'm like, man, yeah. I mean, maybe like I don't want to sound like I'm jaded, but like I'm sitting here like, man, that, and I'm to the point where like if I hear something dumb, I straight up say like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, I like to stay very grounded in reality, and by that I mean if I'm going to make a fan theory, I try to examine the actual reality within that universe. Mm-hmm. Like I try to keep any theory I have is grounded in that universe's realities, laws, rules, all of that. If I examine a character and their personality and traits, what they would do, what they wouldn't do, and if someone comes at me with a theory, I'm like, oh, they wouldn't. That makes no sense. This character would never do that. Like that character's rule set does not allow them to do this.
Yeah.
So like, a lot of the time when I'm listening to people talk about their theories, I'm just like, man, you are really reaching And those are the fan theories that I fucking hate, are the ones that are just absurdly reaching.
I hate those too, but I mean,
like,
there are some that are so well put together that when you sit there and you like look at them, you're like, you maybe catch like one or two things that are pretty minute that could put a damper on it, and then you get this thing and it's not that at all, and the payoff isn't even as good as what that fan theory was. Then it's really disappointing, though. And I'll point out this one example.
Yeah, okay.
So, Dragon Ball Super, we've talked about it so many times on this show, and I've told you guys I can't stand it. Well, in the Tournament of Power specifically is the one I can't stand the most, you know. But the character Jiren. For the longest time, what do we see with Jiren? Jiren is just sitting there meditating.
Yeah.
And they keep talking about like how he's so powerful and this and this and this. And then, you know, when we finally get to see him in action, he goes after Goku. And he's not doing much. And I remember hearing this fan theory on YouTube, and it was, Jiren is actually just, his species or whatever he is just an empty vessel. And what happens is the God of Destruction for Universe 11 was transferring his like essence into that empty vessel. And so the reason why he was so strong like a God of Destruction is because it was the God of Destruction for Universe 11 actually fighting people. Just in a different body. And I was like, that's fucking rad. You know? Instead of him just being the next strong guy.
He's the strongest guy.
Like, oh, it's the destroyer for that universe.
What? Isn't he actually supposed to be stronger than that universe's destroyer?
He's stronger than all of them. He's stronger than because Vermu or Verdum or whatever his name was, the clown. From what I understood, he was one of the strongest gods of destruction, other than Beerus. Beerus is like fourth or something. I don't remember who they said was the strongest, but like Jiren, from what I gathered, was stronger than all of those gods of destruction there. What we found out about Jiren was, oh, well, something just killed my family, so I got really pissed off, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be a loner, and I'm going to just train really hard. Well, it was so much cooler, and so much of a better character, if he was just like this soulless, mindless thing that was actually the vessel for the God of Destruction.
To be able to participate in the tournament, yeah.
Yeah, because then you would have been like, wait, is this cheating? Wait a minute. What happened to this person, and how are they just this empty vessel now? Like, you would have had all these questions. Like, there's fan theories like that. I joked around with the Jar Jar Binks one. I really enjoyed the Jar Jar Binks one.
Yeah, it's a fun theory.
It's a fun theory that, like, when you...
It's kind of grounded in the... once you break down everything, sure, you can make it work, but...
Is it ridiculous? Absolutely.
It is.
But with a character like Jar Jar, being ridiculous is what made it work.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he was such an obnoxious character that you're like, he can't be this obnoxious just because he's stupid. And then when you think, oh, well, maybe it's because he has a fucking master plan all along, you're like, that's fucking rad.
All it is us as fans trying to justify that character.
And that's what a lot of fan theory is.
Yeah.
Justification for a satisfaction that you want.
Yeah, and I think up until then, none of us really wanted the satisfaction of Jar Jar Binks.
Baxter just doesn't look like he gives a fuck about anything.
No, he usually doesn't.
But, like, fan theories, I love them. Are some stupid? Absolutely. But a lot of just ideas are stupid in general.
Yeah, I mean, fan fiction and all that, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying don't do it or you're not allowed to do it, even if it's silly and stupid. I mean, you're a fan, you're allowed to be a fan in whatever way you want, as long as it's not hurting someone else, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Just
We don't need another.
Maybe think about your ideas before you post them online.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, maybe do a disclaimer and say, yeah, this is a stupid fan theory that I made up, but it's funny to me.
Or just be ready for the backlash you
Yeah.
get. Because, I mean, there's passionate people in each fan base.
All I'm saying is, if you're going to be serious about, for those listening, for those watching, if you're going to be serious about a theory that you have of what's going to happen, try to actually understand the reality within that universe. Try to understand that character, because every universe has its rules.
I agree.
Batman has his rules. He won't kill anybody.
He's broken out several times.
He has.
In the comic books. So
He has, but that's like his rule.
it's his unwritten rule that people like to say in their mind, but like I said, he's broken in the comic book
maybe that
so
was
many times.
maybe that was a terrible fucking example.
Well, not even that. It's just, you know, he doesn't kill people, but yet, when did he, besides in just like Batman Begins, and him going one time in Rises, no guns, no killing. Like, since, like, when is that his, like, mantra? Like, stated. It's not stated in any other Batman movie, just in the Christopher Nolan ones.
Yeah.
But yet now that's like, you remember how pissed off we were seeing fucking Batman with a fucking grenade launcher in Batman v Superman's commercial? We're like,
I wasn't pissed
the
off
fuck
about
is
it
he
at all.
killing everybody for?
I didn't really care.
Like,
I don't get butthurt about stuff like that.
like a lot of people are pissed off.
Oh, I know.
It's like,
I know.
Batman fucking shoots people all the time. They might be rubber bullets or whatever.
Or a batarang.
Yeah, he fucking stabs people repeatedly with fucking boomerangs of death.
Episode title.
Yeah, dude, like, he just fucks people up. So, like in the scene with Batman v Superman where he literally just stabs the guy to the wall, that was fucking awesome.
Or when he blows up half a building with
yeah,
people
dude,
in it.
that was awesome. Fucking cool. Let him kill.
Or crushes that car with like another car.
Yeah, he just didn't give a shit.
Yeah. A lot of dead people.
Yeah. But
Batman's
I
kill
understand
count
what
in
you.
that movie is just absurd.
I understand what you understand. Like there's a set of rules each character or guidelines each character has
Based off of who they are.
based
their
off
personality.
based off the character that they are portraying
Yeah.
or character that's being shown. To us.
That character has lived its own life, and you got to understand it's much like the life we live.
But this
We go
kind of
through
goes back to when we
experiences.
talked about The Last Jedi and people complaining about Luke, and they were like,
There you go.
"Hey, that's not how Luke is as a character."
No, that's not how he was in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. 30 fucking years have passed, but I mean, people are so passionate about these characters that they might not be willing to look at that kind of shit.
No.
And that's where you need to get your fan theories right. Worry about time lapses, people.
Yeah, you gotta
Worry about seeing some shit.
remember that, like I was just saying, lives are lived. Therefore, experiences happen. Experiences shape who you are.
People have seen some shit.
Yeah. So if you're gonna have a fan theory, make sure that there is some sort of ground. You got to ground yourself within that reality. You got to ground yourself within that character, and or characters, and make sure you're following those laws. Like our universe has laws of physics and nature. Like
I don't believe them.
you can't change those. They're there.
Try
They
me.
exist.
Try me.
You can make them better. You can find out more. However,
I just don't think I've ascended high enough to where I can break those laws, but I think eventually I will. Anyway, I have a theory
what's up?
that I'm done with this podcast.
Okay,
My
I guess
throat hurts
I guess
so
we're
bad.
done with this podcast, which is fine with me. I need to eat dinner.
Papa Bear's hungry.
I need to go to bed.
Oh,
Poor Matt.
I popped. It hurt.
It's getting old, folks.
I'm fat.
We're all getting old. All right. So I'd like to thank the Journey into Comics Network for, of course, always having us on. You know, it means so much that the Journey into Comics Network took us in as one of their first shows, and we became one of the first shows on as a network. So it's so and words.
I just realized something.
What'd you realize?
We are fucking white.
We're white as hell.
I need tan.
I
am almost translucent.
I fell asleep in the sun Easter, so I'm kind of sunburnt. Yeah.
But you have a kind of olive skin.
I do.
Part ginger, so it doesn't work out.
I'm half ginger.
Bro.
Look at my dad.
That's
true.
true.
But my mom's got a lot of Indian in her, so
My mom's
Native
part
American.
Indian. My mom's part Indian.
Thank you again to the Journey into Comics Network. You can check out all of the amazing shows by subscribing to Journey into Comics. Also, subscribe to us, Podcastrophe, where you'll get exclusive shows like Game of King Chair. And that's a really awesome Game of Thrones show where we are chronicling and reviewing and going in depth for every episode of this final season of Game of Thrones. Yeah, you can't get it anywhere else now. So
Yeah.
be sure to check out Podcastrophe on our feed. Subscribe to us. Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio. And we're live every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Chew.
Basically all the streaming things,
Yeah. Yeah, we're there.
except for XSplit. But nobody cares about XSplit.
Yeah. We're not there.
We're not there.
We're not there.
We will never be there.
Never be there.
Except maybe one day.
I don't know.
I have no plans.
I don't know.
I'm just talking at this point. Come to LaFiCon.
Yeah, come to LaFiCon.
Come hang out with us Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of people from the network there. What else do I got to say?
We'll be doing some live podcasts there.
What else do I got to plug?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, check out our Patreon. You give us money.
We got different tiers that helps the channel out.
Yeah, helps us out, man.
And
you get some cool stuff.
if you
Not a lot of
if you
cool stuff,
donate
but some
stuff, you
it's
can
there.
get some cool stuff, and we can even play some drinking games if you donate enough.
Yeah, if you donate enough, I'll shotgun a beer. If you donate, if we get $50 worth of pledges, I will play Edward 40
We'll play
Hands
Edward 40 Hands.
live on Podcastrophe. If we get to 25, I'll just shotgun a beer. I've never done it before, and I'm holding out until we did it. So,
I've never shotgun a beer either.
fuck it, Matt will do it too.
I guess so.
But if that is all, that is all. Thank you guys for listening. Please make every day a big dick day. Bye, guys.
Woke up this morning with my dick in my hand. Girl is to the right of me, just like I planned. It's gonna be a big dick day. 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 Big dick day. It's gonna be a big dick day. It's gonna be a big